welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make some, what we call down here in Texas, Texas trash. Other people may call it Chex mix or party mix, but Texas, I don't know why we call it Texas trash. I guess it's because you throw really whatever you're fond of into this mix. It doesn't have to be like the mix that you buy at the store. Matter of fact, we used to only be able to get this at Christmas time when we would make it. Now, of course, the Chex company makes its own Chex mix, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as this homemade stuff. So let's get started. I'm gonna, again, this is all based on your favorite, what you like. So we're just gonna start, let's go ahead and start with the Chex mix. I really like wheat Chex, so I'm gonna maybe put more wheat Chex in than the other. Full two cups of wheat Chex. We'll put in some rice Chex. I like pretzels in mine. I have these sourdough niblets left over from Thanksgiving on my stuffing that I made. So I'm just going to use these up. And just to kind of show you, they're just little nubs. I got 2 cups of those. Actually, I think one of my favorite things in this is I couldn't find the rye chips, the little round rye crisps or rye chips. It's like a Melba toast. So what I did get was some Melba toast, but they were too big. So if you can find the nice smaller Melba toast, that would work best, and then the rye chips actually work even better. So I've got maybe a little bit more than a half a package. This is a 5-ounce box. I probably have 3 ounces here. And what I did is just kind of break them up into nice little bite-sized pieces. And I thought, what the heck? I think some goldfish would be nice, give it a little bit of a cheese flavor. So I'll put some of those in there. Not quite 2 cups. Again, whatever your preference is, you can mix and match these things any way you want. A lot of people like the little sesame sticks. Some people like the thin pretzel sticks. So all I'm going to do here, oh, I forgot one of the most important parts. I have some mixed nuts. I've got a 8-ounce package. And then usually what happens is everybody starts eating this Texas trash. They inevitably pick out all the cashews. And then everybody gets mad because one person's picking out the cashews and not eating everything else. So I've gone ahead and got a lightly salted, this is an 8-ounce can of cashews. So we're gonna just mix these up. Oh, and in the meantime, I have my oven preheated to 225 degrees. So let's mix these up. If you can see here, what I put this in is a big turkey roasting pan. And this is going to work out really good because we're going to put some liquid on here, put it in the oven, and then every 15 minutes for an hour, we're going to mix this stuff up. And it's easier to mix when you have a big wide container like this. All right, so let's go to the stove top. I've got a small pan. I've got 10 tablespoons of butter. So that's 1 whole stick and then 2 tablespoons from another stick. So while that's melting, we can go ahead and put in some of our liquids. I've got about 1.5 tablespoons of Tabasco sauce. And again, with this, we'll try it at the end. If I think it's going to be too spicy for an average person, I'll let you know and change the ingredients. I like mine, a little bit spicy, not too bad, not too spicy. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of liquid smoke just to get that smokiness. And I'm not going to put too much, maybe what is this, 1/2 teaspoon. If you've ever bought the Chex mix at the store, there's a bold and spicy, I think it's called. And I think the flavor that reminds me of is A1 sauce. So, you know, if you don't want it too hot, you could cut back on the Tabasco and maybe put a tablespoon or teaspoon of A1 sauce in here. All right, we're starting to melt pretty good. So let's do our dry ingredients. I've got a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne, red pepper. So as soon as that butter is totally, completely melted, which it almost is, we stir this up real good. We're going to pour this right on top of the Chex mix, and then stir it very well. Okay, so here's my sauce that we just melted, my butter, and I'm just going to generously pour this all over the mix. And then pretty quickly stir this all up. Be careful not to break the pieces. All right, that's stirred up pretty good. I'm gonna level this off. And then, like I said, I got an oven at 225 degrees. We're gonna bake this for an hour, but every 15 minutes, we're gonna pull it out and stir it up a little bit like I just did. All right, we got our first 15 minutes. We'll stir these up a little bit. Okay, 30 minutes. $45 minutes. All right, now we've got an hour. We'll do one final stirring. All right, there you have it. We're gonna let this sit for a little while and let it cool off. So like I said, this is all for your preference, whatever you like. If you wanted to, like here right at the end, you could throw in some, let it really cool off first. Throw in some M&Ms or dried fruit, put it on a little bit of a sweet side. My Indian friends, some spices you could add to that butter. Add some garam masala or some cumin. Mexican friends, you could put cumin and maybe some of that lime beer salt, and maybe some dried cilantro in there. Give it a kind of a Mexican flair. But this has always been a staple for me for many, many years to have this at Christmas time. It's also a great Super Bowl snack. So we'll let this cool off and we'll give it a little test here. Maybe. Catherine's going to try our Texas trash.
Texas trash.
Okay, let's call it Chex Mix, if that makes you feel better.
This is Texas snack. Trash.
So this is something you have just with people sitting around. It's a nice dry, you don't get all greasy or oily on your hands. Super Bowl, football games.
Oh, eat nuts.
See, that's what I said earlier in the video. You gotta watch those people that steal all the cashews.
Oh, one more?
Is it spicy to you?
No, not at all.
It was, to me, just the right amount of spicy.
This is good. Why you put together?
Because that's why it's called Texas trash.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, this turned out pretty good to me. It's a little bit spicy, Not bad at all. Nice and crunchy. Now something else you can use this for if you have a big batch all the time around the holidays and you have any of these spare little Christmas cans. Somebody comes over and gives you a Christmas present. Oh my gosh, I forgot to get them a Christmas present. You can fill this up into a little can and give it to them for a Christmas present. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Ed Foodie right over there. Thank you.